This episode of Stuck in Vermont is made possible by Hotel Vermont and Vermont Tourism.
And I thought that I could make this into a fun little character. And mice do make fun characters.
Welcome to Stuck in Vermont, brought to you by 7 Days. My name's Ava Sahlberger, and we are in Shelburne at the studio of artist Ellen Jareckie, the creator of House Mouse Designs. And this here, well, that's Squeak.
This is Squeak, who was hand-raised from a tiny, tiny baby. She was hairless at the time. She was about 5 days old. Squeak looks exactly like my first mouse back in 1980, named Tiny, who inspired the whole line of House Mouse Designs.
Since 1980, Ellen Jareckie and her partner Barry Percy have been producing hundreds of house mouse designs and licensing them, and now they are on just about every possible item you can imagine. So jigsaw puzzles, coffee mugs, mouse pads, cards, calendars.
Memo pads, framed prints, placemats, pocket mirrors. You can call them flowers if you want to. You can call me. Variety surprises me too because I forget about it, because I'm sitting here drawing. After 33 years, it's still fun. I'm one of those people who I feel lucky every day that I can get up and create artwork at home and sell it. Back in 1980, the two of us were students at the University of Vermont. Barry is the other half of House Mouse Designs. Barry is the businessman. Barry and I wanted to travel somewhere. We didn't have any money at the time. I was sitting there trying to think, what am I going to draw for this line of greeting cards that I want to create? We started out with black and white designs, my little pet mouse as the model. I remember sitting on the couch in Bennington, Vermont, drawing that one. There's a whole different style. The hair was a lot shorter. I didn't think about putting any emphasis on the toes. So we started this business where I drew the designs and Barry marketed them, and we created note cards and began selling them at craft shows. And then it got so busy in a short time that I actually decided to drop out of UVM because it was a choice between graduating or continuing the business, and I had to make a choice. I was a shy artist, so I was absolutely terrible at promoting myself. Luckily, Barry was willing to go out and market the designs. We got married during that time, and then we got divorced 10 years later. But after that separation, we continued to work together. And Barry and his wife, Nicole, are the agents for the designs. These designs are licensed worldwide. Other companies pay us for the rights to use them on their products. I think a lot of times in life, you don't imagine that you will end up where you end up. And being a shy artist at the time, I had no idea that these mice would continue to sell.
Ellen was an animal rehabber, and her specialty was baby animals. And now Ellen rescues domestic mice like Blizzard here.
I took Blizzard home before he could become snake food, and he was named because of an upcoming blizzard that's due to start today. My love of mice started in childhood, so it's continued all the way into adulthood, and I've never given that up. Just like any other human or animal, mice each have their own personality. But this one probably has the most personality, probably because I hand-raised her, so she only knows people. But I've always wanted to rescue ever since I was a little kid. If I found something that was injured, I'd bring it into the house and try and help it. They realized nobody was going to adopt him at a shelter, so they sent him up to us.
So you not only rescue mice, but you rescue puppies too?
I still end up seeing animals in need and bring them in, although I have learned to limit myself so that I can get my artwork done. Animals in miniature, I'm just fascinated with them, and I love them for that reason. Although I do some other animals, I think my favorites are the mice. They're no different than a dog or a cat or any other animal. They're just in a tiny, tiny package, which makes them fascinating. So you can have them doing really fun things like sleeping in a flower or juggling dice. And I think it's important for us adults to do fun things that are childlike at times. I was trying to think, what could a mouse be balancing on its nose at the holidays? And I thought a stack of balls would be really a challenge, because imagine trying to balance a whole stack of balls. Monica can do it. I thought of different people that I know and kind of incorporated their personalities into the different characters. Maxwell came from Barry's personality.
So Maxwell is in the center,
He's kind of a devilish little mouse. And for whatever reason, I decided a devilish mouse needs a curly tail. This one is Monica, the little character Monica. She's the littlest mouse. I always have to have a baby among all my characters. I love babies of any type. There's a character called Mud Pie who spends most of his time as a couch potato, but also eating.
A mouse potato.
A mouse potato, right. Exactly. It's important to enjoy the process. If you enjoy the process, it shows in the final result. Most of it's self-taught. Some of the ink techniques that I use were taught to me in high school art class. This is a picture of 3 mice who are floating away on party hats that have been caught by the wind. So what I do is I work and rework the pencil design until I get it exactly right, and then I go over it in ink. Here's an example of me having to be meticulous. I have to draw the pattern of the tablecloth in tiny, tiny dots. I use liquid watercolor that I allow to dry in these little containers. Here I'm adding in a little bit of colored pencil. It's almost like a whole bunch of different nebulous ideas are floating around, and I'm sort of in my mind reaching up and grabbing different ones and putting them together. Every time I'm creating something, and if it makes me laugh, then I feel like, well, then maybe it'll make somebody else laugh. What I also so appreciate is people's enthusiasm about the designs. That inspires me to keep drawing. To me, actually, that's the most important part of it. Anytime you can make some other person feel good, it adds to their quality of life. It's very gratifying for that reason. You can call the flower if you want to. You can call the flower if you want to. You can call the flower if you want to.
You're the cutest thing I know. You're the cutest thing I know.
So from Squeak and me, happy holidays, everyone. We'll get stuck more with you again real soon.
Oh, that was cute. Did you film that one? Well, that is my one secret. Is coffee is my one and only favorite food, drink, whatever. I'm a huge coffee fanatic.
Is that your one vice?
My one vice.
Which it could
that
be good for
and
you.
rescuing mice is my other vice.
Oh, that's not a vice.
Hotel Vermont is personal, purposeful, and natural.
Rustic and modern.
Unique, independent, and unlike anything else.
It's fun, it's exciting, hip and relaxed. It's Vermont, it's Burlington.
Come down for a beer, come stay overnight. We'd love to see you.